Hello!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode one of our Old Fashioned Love podcast.
Old Fashioned Love Podcast. We are your hosts, Varil and Charlene.
Yep.
And today we're going to jump into this topic.
3 things that are stopping you from achieving your happily ever after. Yep.
And how to overcome them. So if you realize that you're doing any of these 3 things, it's great. Just stop doing it and you can go back to being on track towards your happily ever after.
That's right. By the way, do hit subscribe, okay? And at the same time, right, follow us on Instagram using our handle at Varil and Charlene, okay?
Varil is spelled V-E-R-R-I-L-L.
Yeah. ANDCHARLENE. Yeah.
So have you ever had the thought, right, that, you know what, maybe I'm meant to be single? Maybe happily ever after isn't meant for me.
Or, other thoughts like, I've tried dating for so long and I don't think it's possible for me to ever have happily ever after. Yeah.
Or perhaps happily ever after only exists in Disney movies. In real life, don't have one.
If you have such thoughts, right, no worries, you're actually not alone. We have actually spoken to quite a few singles and a lot of them have actually expressed the same thoughts. Yeah.
So today we're going to be sharing what are 3 things that are stopping you from achieving your happily ever after.
Yeah, and more importantly, how to overcome them. Yeah. So we are going to jump into it, okay? The first thing that's stopping you from achieving your happily ever after is...
You believe that happily ever after doesn't exist.
Yeah. Because sometimes when we grow up, we actually see people around us like, there's so many divorces, they've been married for so long, but how come they're still ending up in divorce? We see a lot of cases like that. So we are kind of building up, gathering evidence and building up the truth for us that happily ever after doesn't exist. Yeah.
So I always remember, right, when I was much younger, if you met me, you would have realized that I was one of the idealistic kind of guys that I think that a happily ever after is very real. It's very possible. When I meet my girl, there's going to be fireworks. It's going to be amazing. We're going to live happily ever after. And all that crashed and burned after my first relationship.
So fast.
Very fast. Very fast. First relationship, boom, gone. Happily ever after doesn't exist. The second relationship, see, I knew it doesn't exist. By the time I got to my second relationship, or rather after that, right, it became clear to me, right, happily ever after does not exist. In fact, if you met me then, I would have told you, please do not get married, because I know for a fact divorce rates are about 50%, and I will tell you that the remaining 50% people are only married because they have no other choice.
Okay lah, not the remaining lah, but quite a few
anyway,
of them.
Anyway, very jaded, very resigned, very cynical.
I actually remember that you because when we actually first met, we were good friends, right? So he was so proud at stating this statistic. Oh, do you know 1 in 2 of them actually end up in divorces? So I actually remember the old him. Yeah. So well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So the point of saying that is today, if you ask me, I am enjoying my happily ever after.
Yeah.
It exists.
Happily ever after exists.
It's real.
Yeah, just that the truth is, right, no one actually ever taught us how to be married, right? Yeah, so that's why a lot of us kind of flounder at it. Yeah, is that the word? Yeah, but we kind of married, being married. Yeah, but yeah, that there are actually tips and handles and practical tools, right, that,
that you can build towards a happily ever after.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep thinking about mermaid after she said flounder. That's flounder, right?
I'm gonna sing A Whole New World, but it's...
That's Aladdin lah. Okay, anyway.
Ariel.
So the point is, happily ever after exists.
Yeah.
It is very real. And we are living proof.
Yeah.
Okay?
So how do you overcome it? Okay, for that thought, right, what you do is that you go out there, because why you have that thought is because you have actually gathered quite a few evidences that of hey, see this couple, it didn't work. Right? Oh, this one, another one that didn't work. This one, another one that didn't work. And you've built up a lot of evidence of that. You see, so right now, what we'll suggest you to do to actually overcome this, right,
Yeah.
is go and look for evidence of like happily married couples. Look for them online, look for them like offline. You know, you can find a lot of people like Barack Obama and Michelle, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just go and find.
You know, couples that look up to, that you know that they're actually enjoying their marriages. Why? Because like what Shah said, it's really real. I could give you so many examples of, I know they were couples for like 10 years, in the end it didn't work out. I know they were married for a period of time, in the end it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I know this other person, it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Or some of us, we came from families that our parents didn't work out, you know?
Yeah.
So many examples of why it doesn't work out. And the truth is, if you do not believe that happily ever after exists for you, right, then what? Then it's gonna be very tough for you as you go out there dating, because you're dating to maybe get a happily ever after. Yeah. So how do you overcome? Gather new evidence.
Yeah.
Find couples that you know are
Yeah.
living happily ever after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find online, find offline. You don't need to know them personally.
Yeah.
Find them, follow them.
Yeah.
Is your IG feed all filled
Yeah.
with hope and love, or is it filled with divorce rates and disappointments? You know? So keep your eyes on that
Yeah.
and start overcoming. Start switching this perspective.
Yeah. So it's very much like, you know, sometimes when we, let's say, buy a new item, you can buy a new car or new bag, right? So let's say if we buy a new car, you're like, oh yeah, I'm getting the latest model. No one in the world has it yet. Okay, then the minute you get it, suddenly like, oh my goodness, this car is actually here. You know, oh my goodness, I saw another one. Yeah. So what we are suggesting, right, is to actually like for you to actually get present to the number of happily married couples that like out there, you know? Yeah, and there are really a lot of them.
Yes. So happily ever after exists, and yes, you can have it too.
Yeah, and once you find them, hold on to them, you know, as your faith picture or your hope picture. Yeah, and know that happily ever after exists for you. Yeah.
Moving on. One thing that is stopping you from achieving your happily ever after is...
Yep, you're actually wasting your finite resources on the wrong people. When we talk about resources, right, what we actually mean is like, okay, time, money, energy, emotions, your attention. Yeah, so all this are actually your resources.
And always know, right, that you have finite resources.
Yeah.
Like, if you talk about time, you only have 24 hours, right? Money, you only have that amount of money in a bank account. Energy, how much energy do you have? You only have that amount of energy. Yeah, so you have finite resources.
Yeah.
What's important is to understand where to allocate them to and how to manage that.
Yeah.
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 Because every single time you say yes to the wrong person,
Yeah.
you're actually saying no to the right person.
Yeah.
And you are spending and spending time, money, energy, attention, emotions on the wrong people. Yeah.
I think this was very clear for me, you know, like when I was with my ex, right? Because I didn't know who was the right one or who was the wrong one, right? Like there was just no clarity for me. So I actually spent, when I actually got clear of what I wanted in my soulmate, right? It became clear that the relationship I was in just wasn't working, just wasn't like cutting it for me. Yeah, not that the guy was not good and all of that. Yeah, just that he wasn't the right one for me, like for what I was looking out for in a guy. Yeah, so it became so real, and he actually knows that person, and he actually knew me during that relationship, during that phase, and he saw that I was in again, I was out again, and in again, and out again of the relationship. Yeah, and it was just a lot of time wasted. There was just a lot of emotions wasted. Yeah, a lot.
Actually, when she brought it up, it's really true. So one of my relationships that also didn't work out, right? Like nothing wrong with her, but same thing. In the end, it was very clear she wasn't meant for me. Like we were not the right fit. But because I was in a relationship for so long, I didn't want to lose the relationship or anything. Right? So I was holding it for all the wrong reasons, right? But guess what? I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of emotions on the wrong person.
Yeah.
And both parties paid the price for that. Yeah. So, some of you could relate to us, and but if you know it's not the right one, then hey, it's not the right one.
So how do you overcome it? Okay, date only your soulmate potentials. Yeah, so what do we mean by this?
So imagine, right, like if you were to have your soulmate with you, right, what are the things that you want out from your soulmate? And then start looking back, like even the past few relationships you had, there was something in there, right, that drew you to that person. Gain clarity for yourself, because it's so important for clarity. Once you know what you want, it becomes so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There will definitely be like some things you miss about a certain ex relationship, for example. Yeah, just think through, okay, what was that one thing I liked about that relationship? Then the other one, go and think about what was another reason why you liked about that second relationship, and so on and so forth. And you start getting a sense of, what you're truly looking out for in your soulmate.
Yeah, many a times we just enter into a relationship because we feel good, and then we stay for all kinds of reasons. But if you ever feel you're in a relationship, right, and you are selling out, like there are things that you generally, you yourself wouldn't say yes to, but you feel forced to say yes to because you're in it, then that's something that you actually don't want.
Yeah.
So the point of this is to start noticing what are the things you want and what are the things you don't want.
Yeah, and catch yourself if you're selling out on yourself.
Yeah.
You can actually tell when you are like feeling a bit like unhappy, like, hey, I don't feel like myself anymore. Like, I don't even recognize like who I am anymore. That's actually a sign that you're actually selling out on yourself. Yeah. So watch out for those signs.
Yeah, because as long as you're dating the wrong person, you will never achieve your happily ever after.
Yeah. And Mr. Right or Miss Right can actually walk right in front of you and you like cannot see because your whole energy and emotions is like, focused on the Mr. Wrong lah. Yeah.
And you're spent.
Yeah. The other thing that's stopping you from achieving your happily ever after is
you believe that happily ever after exists, but it doesn't exist for you.
Here, is where you will hear many of them say like, oh, maybe I'm meant to be single. Yeah, so and so, it's so good. I'm happy for them. They actually have the happily ever after. But no, I'm just meant to be single. Yeah.
So some of you, some others might actually say, right, like, you know what, looking at them, they look really cute together. They look really fun together. But, maybe it's just not for me. Yeah, like I tried, it didn't work out. It's just not for me. But if you're one of those, right, that actually sees an old couple holding hand in hand, walking in the park, and you actually feel your heart skip a bit, and you actually have a little thought that comes up, what if I could have that? And then immediately another voice comes in and says, you know what, maybe it's not for me. It's good for them, but not for me.
So how do you overcome this? Go and try and find us a perfect human being.
Yes.
Go and do that. And after a while, right, actually, you just realize that there's no such thing as a perfect human being.
You mean I'm not perfect?
You're perfectly imperfect.
Okay.
For me.
So the truth is this, none of us are perfect.
Yeah.
All of us are flawed.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you find the right one, you are perfectly imperfect for each other.
Yeah. That person which you find your soulmate, right, will actually love you for the way you are and the way you're not. Okay, and you will actually love your soulmate, right, for the way the person is and the way the person isn't. Yeah.
So why are we bringing up about flawed people? Because many of us who actually think happily ever after exists, it's a beautiful idea. I want that. But maybe it's not for me. It's because we actually have an idea that because I'm flawed, it is not for me.
Yeah. Like, oh, if I get too close to a person, then what if they start uncovering all the nasty things about me? Yeah, so it's because of that sometimes what many of us do subconsciously is right, immediately we cut. Yeah, we kind of like create little fires and like burn bridges right before the person even has a chance to get to know us. Yeah, this can show up as us like, on a date, right? Just being very guarded, because we don't want them to actually see our not nice side. Yeah, but know that, it's perfect. You're perfectly fine, you're perfect the way you are and the way you're not. Yeah, get that into your hearts. Okay, remember again, we're going to say it again. You are perfectly imperfect. Okay, say it again. You are perfectly imperfect. Yeah, you are the way you are and you are not the way you're not.
Yeah, and it's okay. Okay? So with that, right, know that all of us are flawed.
Yeah.
And being flawed means you're normal, you're human, and being flawed also means you deserve love. You can have your happily ever after, and it's okay to be you.
Yeah. So remember, when you're on your apps, for example, your dating apps, remember that everyone on Tinder is flawed. Everyone on Coffee Meets Bagel is flawed. Like even on the streets, if someone catches your fancy, that person is going to be flawed as well.
Yeah.
Okay, just know that. Yeah. And once you can like get that right, you'll be really, really good. Yeah.
There you have it. You now know the 3 things that are stopping you from achieving your happily ever after.
Yeah.
So go out there, take the actions, overcome them, and be unstoppable. Happily ever after is yours.
Yeah. Happy dating. Yeah. Happy getting to know people. Happy having conversations with them. And like happy...
Being
like,
you.
Yeah, being you. You. Like the perfect mess that you are.
Yeah.
Share this podcast with a friend whom you think might benefit from this.
Yep.
Okay. And follow us on Instagram using the handle Viril and Charlene. Okay. So that's it.
That's it.
Thank you all for tuning in.
And have a beautiful week ahead.
Yep. See you all.
Bye-bye.